So for you, Aries, there's some things that a lot of you have to watch out for. You have the Star, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, um, if you Aries are with anybody that is very nice, but they seem a little bit off, meaning that they seem very nice, but it almost seems like they're putting on a mask to get you to not suspect them, or you've caught them at times where they were unusually disrespectful. They're putting on a mask. And the reason why I'm saying that is that, like I said, piggying back off of the other reading, the reading that I did last for Aries, right? That I just did a few days ago. Once again, you have the Page of Cups and the Magician. You really do have to watch out for anybody that you're getting to know or could be getting to know that ultimately is putting on a mask. That's trying to cover, that's trying to mask or shield the fact that they could be a complete psycho, right? They've got some, you know, dysfunctions going on with them that they don't necessarily want you to see. And this is part of the reason why, as I was trying to tell y'all a few days ago, that envy is a serious problem. Because what is, because psychos, right, people who have them type of real issues, they're high in jealousy, they're high in envy. What I mean when I say that is, I'm not talking about high like that. I'm talking about they have elevated levels of envy, elevated levels of jealousy. So to them, everything is a competition, or a lot of things are a competition. When they interact with people, they are in a competition. So now it's about who's the better parent, who's the better, who's the better parent, who is the better person in the relationship, who gives more, who's more caring, who loves who more. This is the reason why it is I don't play that. And you, Aries, if you ask me, you shouldn't play that whole I love you more game, because love is now becoming a competition. It should be I love you. And you shouldn't even be able to quantify or put into a number how much. It should, the gifts that you give. See, I can't believe I got to explain this, right? Because people should already know this, you know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you the time that we live in. But the gifts that you give should be just a small token in comparison to the love that you feel. But it should be a reduction. But how you feel and how much you love somebody shouldn't even necessarily compare to the ring or the gift that you're giving them. Obviously, it should be a vast ocean of how much you love them in comparison to that small gift, right? So the point that I'm trying to make here is, people who have this type of mentality, everything to them, I ain't gonna say everything, but a lot of things to them are a competition. It becomes about letting you down and trying to disappoint you intentionally. It becomes a game of trying to do that because you need to understand that they're better, and who's the better parent, and who's the better relationship partner. That's what it becomes. So piggybacking off of a few days ago, this is what it is I'm talking about, right? 2-3 days ago, this is what I'm talking about. You want to keep your mouth shut because the Five of Pentacles, things may have switched up for a lot of you Aries, where you were getting to know them and things seemed cool. And then now all of a sudden, it just seemed like you and this person had all these types of issues now out of nowhere, just like that. And you, Aries, weren't even necessarily prepared for it. You didn't even see it coming. You know the reason why? Because that's how a lot of the times it is. What happens is you start off like the golden one, right? The person that can essentially do no wrong. Then after some time, right, the person finds out how great you are. Now all of a sudden you're the worst person in the world. Once again, you got a lot of people out here who got some serious issues. You got a lot of people out here who have some mental illness issues. And it's clear. You seriously, you got a lot of people out here sabotaging their relationships and then complaining about them sabotaging their relationship. Why did I do that? Why did you do that, stupid? Stop sabotaging your relationships. And please be quiet when you sabotage them, and then you complain about it later. Ooh, why did you, stupid? That's a good question. Why did you? The Queen of Cups and the Three of Wands is now about how so whenever it is that you see someone do that, because you may have been going through that right now, you need to take this opportunity to leave. You may have an opportunity right now to leave. Take that opportunity and leave, Aries, because things will only get worse if you're getting to know this person. Things will only get worse if that's the case. I'm letting you know right now, because whenever it is that they dump you, like it is that I said before, that's kind of their way, their own stupid, funny way of showing you compassion is when they actually drop you or discard you like a bad habit. That's when they actually are showing you compassion, because they kind of deep down know that hanging out with them will make it worse and worse, and you'll see them even worse, and they can't handle that. They kind of understand that they're messed up, but they can't handle, especially you, right? Someone who is decent, seeing them from a whole new perspective, from that dysfunctional perspective. So they'll discard you. And that's kind of them showing you compassion, because they know that the relationship being with them would be more messed up than it is to let you go, unfortunately, right? So take this as an opportunity for you to leave. For you Aquarius for you, I just did Aquarius. For you Aries that may have not necessarily be seeing anybody, kind of look around you and study relationships and pay attention to what's out, and pay attention to kind of see if you see other people arguing or going back and forth with each other, what it is that you can learn from when you are observing that. The King of Wands and the Temperance represents, because you can learn from other people's mistakes, arguments, right? Disagreements. The King of Wands and the Temperance, however, represents, but when you're in it, unless you know how, it's kind of difficult too. But the Temperance represents the best thing for you to do next time is to choose better, right? To pick better, to choose better. Don't necessarily, you have a lot of people out here dating for excitement. That's stupid. That's a stupid thing. Because if you dating purely for excitement, you just basically letting the whole world know that you messed up and there's something wrong with you. You should not date for excitement. You should date to have a cathartic moment for you should date to become more cathartic. You're dating to become wiser. You're dating to become better. And when it comes to the whole excitement thing, that means that you are buddy hopping. The buddy system, you hopping around, right? You hopping around like a bunny, basically, right? You hopping around. And the thing is that it's not necessarily a very good idea for you to do that, because you can still have fun in relationships. You just have to figure out creative ways. This is what I'm talking about. 50-50 relationships are in fact the best types, because it requires you to sit there and to actively think about how, because see, when people get themselves in relationships, it becomes a situation where it's like, I'm looking at the other person to entertain things, but I'm not going to think about myself on how to make things entertaining. But then as soon as things start dropping, as soon as the weight of the once exciting relationship becomes boring, now I got to essentially get up on out of there. It's like, no, sit there and actively think about how you can make things more exciting. But they don't necessarily do that all the time. So don't date for excitement. That's the worst. That's one of the worst reasons that anybody can date for. That spells hitting the wall. That spells getting to the wall. That spells not gonna make it. You know, not gonna actually have long-term, lasting, meaningful relationship. That's what that spells. Don't ever date for excitement. Terrible advice people are trying to tell you. Let's clarify the temperance. Two of Wands, the Chariot, the Moon. Yeah, the Death card. Because see, when you're also dating for excitement, you're going to have these 4 cards. You're going to have drama. If you know you want to get with somebody that's true blue, that's long lasting, that's a true relationship, you're going to have to learn to get past the dating just for mere excitement, because it doesn't work. Let's clarify the King of Wands. You're going to have the Moon, which is ghosting. You're going to have the Chariot, which is you're going to have to be super paranoid, because they're always trying to, even if they're not cheating, they're trying to give off the illusion that they're cheating to get you to feel like you have to chase up after them and constantly, you know, keep you chasing. To clarify the King of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups, 3 of Swords, the Temperance. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Once again, don't date for excitement. Knight of Cups, 3 of Swords, because those are some of the most dysfunctional people. Queen of Pentacles. Remember that you're dating for value. And how do you date? How does a person show value? They make themselves a service to others. What zodiac sign is the zodiac sign of service? But anyway, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Peace.